Hello, Buddhas. Today we are going to talk about apathy. Now, Buddhas, before we get started, I know I've got a bit of a new look, but the same thing goes. If you could hit that like, that subscribe, that bell notification, help get these Buddha Billionaire videos to as many people as possible. It really helps out on my end, and I greatly appreciate it in advance. Now, what the F is apathy? This has been an interesting learn for me because I've been very apathetic about my life and not even realizing it. And recently a couple experiences have really dawned on me to understand what's going on. One general experience and then one more specific one. Generally speaking, I work with a lot of very good people, but they're very apathetic. They're not really interested in changing their status quo. Kitty cameo. Meow. They're okay with the way things are and just fulfilling their task and, oh, I spent the summer all day at home working and then I spent the rest of that at home working and that was okay and I'm just at home and next year will be the same and I have no real plans for improving my life and can't wait to collect my pension. Buddhas, I grew up in a household with parents like that. They're not bad people. They're great, fantastic, intelligent, hard-working human beings, but they're apathetic. And they're kind of pathetic, honestly, because why don't we have any dreams anymore? And I'm not saying this is these people's faults in any way. Yes, there's some accountability that goes in line with these kinds of things, but it's beaten out of us. And the brave few, the crazy outliers like myself and my friends who enjoy this content, you are in that group and you're learning to be less apathetic about your world. And that's so important because you are the center of your universe. However you want to look at it, you're always stuck with you. And cats. Kitty cameos 2 times in a row. Gonna be full of hair. Now, a more specific example that might make a little bit more sense once I summarize it here. Last night I went to the art gallery, and I'm going to include some photographs of that now so that you can see what I'm really into, both talking about spirituality and taking pictures of spirituality. Cat, please don't knock over the thing while I'm filming. Thank you very much. A little bug. Now, last night I went to the art gallery at 4:30 p.m. After work, I walked over there expecting to be able to have free admission because on Thursday nights there is free admission, or at least that's what I thought. At 4:30 though, I was told I needed to wait until 5 for the admission to be free. I get it. Totally understand. I have had that job. I have said those things to people that this arbitrary time slot changes at this point, and there's nothing I can do to change it. But the lovely girl at the desk didn't expect my reaction. And my reaction was, okay, cool. Who can I talk to about that? I'm not here to fight her. And I didn't argue with her, but she was a little bit taken aback, and she was a little bit like, well, I've been here for years and it's always been that way. I'm like, fantastic, let's change it. Why does it have to stay that way? It doesn't. Rules are made. That's fine. I'm not saying that these decisions are bad, and I love the fact that the art gallery is free after 5 on Thursday nights. Spectacular. I had a wonderful night, as you can see looking at some of these photographs. But why does it have to be 5? Why can't it be all day? Thursdays are free. The only reason that it can't be is that someone made a decision, ultimately. Maybe there's money involved. Maybe there's field trip relations involved. Maybe there's more logistics that I'm not thinking about, but at the end of the day, it comes down to a decision that another human being makes that it is or is not free all day on Thursdays or free after 5 on Thursdays. So I asked the lovely lady, I said, hey, maybe I can talk to a manager or something. We can move this discussion forward so that this can change. She was her initial response was, my manager's probably in a meeting. And I said, that's okay, call her. I'm not afraid anymore, Buddhas, of pushing my agenda. And most people in this situation would have been like, oh, okay, cool, I'll just sit and wait for half an hour. No, I had a half hour to kill, and it's my time, and it is people's jobs to serve the people who are enjoying their facilities. So I asked, manager came out, and I actually had a lovely conversation with her, and I was able to fill in a comment card. We'll see where that goes, and it's expressing how great the gallery is and how much I'd like to be able to enjoy it for free all the time. Because I personally believe that art shouldn't be behind a paywall, period. It's not that I cannot afford to pay it. It's like $20, I don't care. That's not the problem. It's the principle of the thing that I want to change so that everyone can be involved in art and everyone can enjoy these wonderful pieces that the Canadian government is displaying. And ultimately, Buddhas, what I learned here is that people do not expect you to react in that way. Now, again, I was polite. I didn't yell and scream at anybody. I didn't make a scene. I pushed my priorities. What I wanted, I went in that direction. I created the circumstances where a manager of some sort in charge of something more than the lady who was sitting at the desk where I would get my ticket had to spend some time talking to me. And it was a lovely conversation. And at the end of the day, I ended up going into the museum at 5 p.m. and enjoying my time and getting these wonderful photographs to show you guys. And I have so much more to talk about on the actual art side of things. We're gonna have to go back at some point. But this video is about the idea of how you respond to the world around you. If someone says, no, you can't do that, and you don't think there's any real reason that you can't, if you don't do it, it's because you let them tell you not to. It's kind of it. I'm not condoning people to go out and be a complete craziness. There are some civil expectations here. You're your own person, but I personally believe that if more of us actually create a discourse, a conversation around what we can and cannot do, then that will force the people who make the rules to think more about them and to change them. And that's how things evolve as a society. If we literally just accept every single thing at face value that is told to us, then you become a 9-to-5 pension receiver in 20 years from now, and you look back in your 80s maybe, and you go, wow, I had a good life, but did I really do anything? And that's it, Buddhas. Maybe something to think about. At the end of the day, remember, the most important thing is to love yourself. Oh! How are we looking today, Buddhas? Looking pretty good, actually.